Hey everyone, welcome back to another book preview video. This week we have Karl Kopinski's The Big Kopinski book, volume 1. So a quick look at the cover there, and then a quick look at the back. Fairly simple, quite a nice design. Now you can probably see this is a really thick book. In fact, let's see how many pages this is. So almost 300 pages there. It's quite difficult for me to even fit this on camera, but we'll give this a shot. So I'm just going to preview this. So as usual, I am just going to ramble on whilst I show some pages, but I wanted to sort of summarise this book a little bit by just reading a sentence here. So he says that he's having fun, basically still doing what he was 5, drawing spacemen, bikers, superheroes and monsters, and here's a book full of them. So I thought that was quite a pretty cool way of letting you guys know what's actually included in it. So for the most part, this is a sketchbook, as you can tell straight away. So I wouldn't be normally expecting tons of coloured images. It looks like it's mainly pencil sketches, working in traditional medium for the most part, which we will talk about. But with this edition, there are some colour images towards the back as well, which is a nice bonus. A lot of you guys, who are watching YouTube videos, will have come across the Stan Prokopenko YouTube channel at some stage. Probably one of the best art YouTube channels out there. And Stan actually has Karl on the channel a few times. He has an interview with him. I think a few other YouTube channels do as well. He's a very big artist, very big name, and you can probably see why, because his stuff is just absolutely incredible. And I've actually been wanting this book for a really long time now. It's just so full of all of his artwork. Really inspiring as well. But it is quite an expensive book. Now, I'm not saying it's not worth it. It definitely is. But at the time of me buying this now, I think it generally goes for a minimum of about £70. That's here in the UK. But I did just find this online and I got it for about £45, maybe even a little bit less. So it was on my watch list, and as soon as that came on for that price, I had to quickly buy it just in case it was going to change again. So I will put links in the description box below for those of you that are interested in picking that up. And whilst I don't know loads about Karl's history, I have seen a few interviews. He's from the UK and he's had quite a lot of clients that are well known, one of which is Peter Jackson, which again, for those of you that watch my videos know I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, so that stood out to me. But he's done a lot of work in the past for Games Workshop, as well as some of the fantasy card games. So I think it's Magic the Gathering and Wizards of the Coast. But I apologise if I'm getting the names wrong. I don't follow those card games or whatever kind of games you class them as. But I always thought the artwork was really cool, and I know he's very well known for it because I've seen him talking about signing cards and drawing custom cards maybe at conventions. That probably means more to you guys than it does to me. But yeah, pretty high-end client list. I think in the more recent things I've seen about him, he's been working on a lot of board game art. You can see that the pages of this are an off-white. They're quite nice though. It looks very authentic. The pages, the texture to them with the pencil work. It looks like you've actually got the traditional or the original pencil work in front of you, I should say. It's really nice. But I'm never sure how well the colour of the pages shows on camera. So yeah, it's a little bit of an off-white. You probably saw when I showed at the beginning. Let's see, from the side, you can see these pages do change here. Sorry if my camera loses focus. So the back end of the book is very white. This one kind of looks a little bit like Karl. There's also a couple of pages where he's drawn, biking, and I know he's quite well known for this because he does some biking. I think that sort of inspires his art. Some cycling, I should probably say, and motorcycles. In fact, he has a course on I think it's the Kim Jung-gi website. I think it's pronounced Kazone. I'll put links to it, but he has a character design course. And if you're not familiar with his stuff, he's very good at working almost like Kim Jung-gi in the sense of, I'm sure he does use reference sometimes because, most artists do, but he is really, really good at drawing without reference. In some of his videos, he talks about, he gets asked that a lot, how does he manage it? And he says it's just experience really, because he's been doing this for, well, at the time of me recording this, I think he's been an illustrator for about 25 years. I always say it's kind of like the end goal for artists. That's where you want to get to a point where you can eventually draw without relying on reference or without needing it. There's so many things I want to talk about in this video, but I don't want to keep it too long. But I will say, if you go over to Karl's website, there is more information about Karl, but he also sells individual sketchbooks. And at the time of me recording this, there's 6 sketchbooks available, but on the website there's only, I think, number 4, 5 and 6 still left. So make sure you grab a copy of those if you do want them. But what I was going to say is, if you go over to the website, you will notice that you can't buy some of the earlier sketchbooks. The ones on the website are all sort of self-published, so they're soft covers. They're not, huge books like this one. Book 1 and 2, for example, have been out of print for a while, and that's actually what this book consists of. So the Big Kopinski is actually book 1 and 2, and also, I believe, a little bit of extra bonus stuff at the end, which we're going to look at in a second. It also looks like most of it is actually traditionally done. I know in one of his videos he does say that although he has done digital work and has the ability to do that, he works primarily traditionally. So whether that's sketching, inking or painting, I cannot remember what kind of painting he does the most, so I'm not going to try and guess. For me personally, I'm really into sort of the fantasy warrior aspect, and I think that Karl's work is just really inspiring. That's one of the reasons I wanted the book as well. Obviously, it's predominantly characters. There's not a huge amount of backgrounds in this one and full pieces, but we are getting to some at the back here. You probably recognise some of them. So this one, for example, is probably one of his more well-known ones, at least that I'm aware of. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I'm sure there's loads of things I wanted to mention in this that I've completely forgotten. I will stick links to Karl's website and his social media in the description box below. Definitely let me know what you think to this. I'll put links to where I got it as well. I'm really tempted to buy some of his newer sketchbooks whilst they're in stock on his website, so his self-published ones, but I am wondering if they're going to do a volume 2 with it saying volume 1 there that would include some of those, so I'm a little bit hesitant, but I'm not sure. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm super excited that I finally got hold of this one. If you did enjoy this video and you want to see more content like this, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and of course switch notifications on for future content. Thanks so much for watching, everyone.